What's up everyone, Nito here, and welcome back to another episode of Noteworthy Interactions. This interaction focuses around one of the newly updated cluster jewels that was changed in the 3.11 patch, and that is called Numbing Elixir, and it grants 40% reduced effect of curses and non-damaging ailments on you during any life or mana flask effect. So the really cool thing you can do with this is you can combine it with the Soul Mantle Spider Silk Robe, which inflicts curses on you whenever your totems die, but it gives you +1 max totem, and it gives you a free 7-link spell totem. Previously, it was really hard to get enough reduced effective curses so that you could ignore the downside of this. You'd have to use something like a Kikazaru ring, or I think there's like a Shaper mod that also grants reduced effective curses. But really, you would end up losing some of your ring slots, and it was really hard to get. But now what you can do is you can stack up 2 of these, so you get 80% reduced effect, and you can take this Sanctum of Thought node, which gives you another 20% reduced effective curses on you, and that's 100% reduced effect, so you can completely ignore the downside of Soul Mantle. And you can also grab this cluster right here to get 100% reduced effect of non-damaging ailments on you, which is also really cool. So for this build, I've actually for a really long time been wanting to play Dark Pact totems with the Astral Projector ring, because what this does is it allows the totems to cast your Dark Pact on enemies that are far away, instead of casting only around the totem itself, which is really, really powerful. But previously it was really hard to do that using Soul Mantle, just because you'd have to use up your ring slots with Kikazarus or other rings. So it was really hard to slot in a unique ring. But now with this new Numbing Elixir notable, you can do that pretty easily. So this build also uses the recently changed Apep's Rage, which now grants a flat 40 to total mana cost of skills, which works really well with Indigon to stack up a ton of increased spell damage for the amount of mana you're spending. And you can use Wither or another channeling skill to really quickly utilize the flat mana from these Apep's Rage to really just spend a ton of mana really quickly. So what that looks like is, I can cast a bunch of my totems. You can see that when they're dying, it's cursing me. And then you can see that my mana is recovering really quickly because I have a ton of mana regeneration and mana recovery rate. And then I can also use my mana flask. And then while I'm casting Wither, you can see that the mana cost gets super high. And so that just stacks up a ton of damage for your totems. So I'll show you what this build looks like. This is just like a random T15, I think, Zana map with Constrictor on it, so I'll just run it real quick, and yeah, check it out. The other thing I'll mention real quick is that I'm using an Enduring Eternal Mana Flask, which doesn't stop the effect when you hit full mana. So because of that, it'll last for the entire duration of the Mana Flask, so I can get the curse immunity or curse reduction for the entire duration. And the reason you want to not be immune to curses, you want to still be cursed, is because of this self-flagellation jewel, which gives you 20% increased damage per curse on you. So if you're immune to curses, you don't get to take advantage of all this extra damage.
mana is spent.
So there you go. That's a quick preview of this build that uses Numbing Elixir and Soul Mantle together. It's a really powerful combination if you ever want to play a spell totem build that requires any kind of unique ring. You can now do that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.